obviously a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
A gain of 15. And a Jaguar first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw now on first down. A quick slant to Hill. 7 yards, the pick up there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
In the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
Accurately, 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
0-0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Steps away to his left. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he'll be out right at the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They give the Taylor out of the gun. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Jags grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Is under review. After reviewing the play.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Murray. Flushed out. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
Murray on the keeper.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Here's Taylor. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 33. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 33-yard line.
2nd and 2. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Man open down the middle of the field. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. Room here to run. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown,
Melvin Gordon. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
38-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. He'll fire it deep for Rager. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
For a
A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray, flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Justin Jefferson as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
26. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. A touchdown, the difference. 21-14, the final score. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Cole Beasley, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 31-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Here's Murray. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43.
Seattle Seahawks.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
At the 43-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Sheldon Richardson.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets it down to the 32. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Murray. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Stay over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. He's got daylight past the 20.
Do what we do.
And
Do what we do.
all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. They'll pass the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They'll look to throw again. That'll be complete to Cook, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up
and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Tanner Muse able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Able to get this to Gordon. That'll wind up as a loss on the play. So now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
On the coverage.
They run with Taylor. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. On the draw is Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
3rd and 4.
From the gun, Murray. Ebron's got him. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
For a Seahawk.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
43-yard line.
First down, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. About 3 yards there to the 27.
He was tackled.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Taylor. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them whenever they've needed a big run.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts.
1 yard gain.
And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Throwing is Murray on third down. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
27-yard line.
Back to throw it. Murray. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gott.
Thank you.